It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union. The live stream brought to you by Legendary Pools and Spas. Vic Evans here with the two stars of the show, Brad Payne, Matt Brigance. How you guys doing?
Doing great. Just drove in from Murray.
Thank God.
Yeah, I know. It was, heaven forbid, Bradley's, try to land around there. Try to live around. We plan around him about every other weekend, don't we?
We live around both of you guys for quite a bit. I'll say that.
It was family weekend down in Murray, so we spent some time down there. We watched the Murray football game. They're atrocious. They're terrible.
They're not a real good football team.
No, they're terrible. But it's a great campus. It was beautiful weather, and
good way to ruin a family weekend is to watch their football team.
Yeah, we only stayed to half.
Yeah.
That's the way it goes. The only ones. I was going to say, it's probably the way it went. Yeah. Brad over here had a monster weekend as Natalie goes into the Kentucky Basketball Hall of Fame.
It's great.
And how'd that go?
They did such a great job. And that's that association is a 503c, so it's nonprofit. Everything that they do is based off of monies and donations and everything that's given. Curtis Turley is kind of our Western Kentucky representative for that place, and so he has a lot to do with it, and he did a great job. Brad Stanley, I don't know if you remember him or not.
Yes, I do. He was at Ohio County for a while.
Big time ambassador for it. Also, I want to give special thanks to Kentron and Rick Thompson. They sponsored Natalie, which means their money and all those things. Sponsorships don't come for free on that, and they made a lot of things happen for Natalie that wouldn't have gotten to happen otherwise.
Well, I mean, Kentron's a big sponsor of ours. You can see it every Friday night. The Kentron Manufacturing Player of the Game in the Right Implement game, the Red Devil Game of the Week, and the 1027 Game of the Week. So Kentron's always.
I saw some big time Louisville players too, Matt. There, Jason Osborne went in.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And so Brian Kaiser was there.
Yeah.
DeJuan Wheat.
Oh, my favorite all time player.
That's what I say. He was on your list.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, there were a lot. There were some. It was a nice room of athletes.
What's funny is DeJuan.
Did you fill out a place?
I did.
Osborne and DeJuan were there, and they weren't even the best basketball player there because they couldn't hold a candle to Natalie either back in high school. But I saw some of the videos they put out. Did they bring them in on a charter bus?
They did.
I saw that.
Police
escort in.
Our girls got to ride with Natalie.
Oh, they probably loved that.
And so they were soaking it all in. It was a great deal. I am really glad. It's one of those things to where you have a weekend off, and I'm not saying anything like we wanted to do this, but you know how it is. When you're busy, and it's kind of like going to a wedding. You want to celebrate it, but you kind of want your Saturdays at the same time.
It's kind of like next weekend. You got a weekend off, and you're back there at the award show for KVA.
I can handle those. I can handle those a little bit because this one lasted all day, and we had like a breakfast, like a luncheon. And then it went on and spilled over. But it was the girls got a little bored. But, man, I can't say enough about it. Really, really proud of Natalie. And the family got to go up there. Ron and Jan, Amy and Jason got to come. So it was really good.
Well, congratulations, Natalie. We had her on live at 5 last week. You can go back and listen to that on the iTunes, Spotify page, or you can hunt it down on the YouTube page. It's all out there.
Yeah.
So there you go. But, and you were talking about Murray and the football game. I mean, daughter doing all right. I know she kind of struggling with some, health issues there for a while.
She's doing good. You got everything worked out there, so she's doing good. And, it's good to see the campus. We took our boys down there, and they loved being around all the girls and the sorority girls and all that stuff. So.
They're not dumb.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, that's like I was joking on. I think I was joking with you on our group text. We put the picture out there of Natalie with the girls, and I was like, "There's 3 future Hall of Famers right there."
And I told you the only one that had anything to do with that picture was the photographer. And he's the only one that's not the Hall of Famer, and that was me.
There you go.
But the girls look good. They got dresses and everything. I think that it cost me more than.
I was going to say, that's the way it works. That's the way those things work.
Yeah.
Hey, in case you missed a big announcement on Friday at the Tailgate Show, Wednesday, 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Jonathan Moss, we're making his decision. It's at Davis County in the media room. It's open to the public, so if you can come. But if you can't, Doing something a little different here is we're going to have the Live at 5, the 102.7 The Game live stream will be there. We will live stream the decision show on YouTube, Facebook Live, X Live, and that is something that hopefully going forward, we'll do more and more of. If athletes ask us to do it, we'll be more than happy to do it because I think it's just a great way to promote it out there. And if you have family that lives out of town, they can't get there they can see the show.
Yeah, he's really proud of him. This is kind of our first time in this day and age of NIL, this meaning the coaches, of handling something like this.
How different is that?
It was blind leading the blind. It was, and we even told Jonathan.
It's kind of like their coaching staff over there, like a normal game.
I mean, literally, it was. I was like,
ain't nothing special.
I said, Jonathan, look, I'm gonna tell you all my truths that I know. I'm gonna tell you everything that I think that is my truths, and he has handled it so well, but he wants it over with. He wants it over with.
Well, you want to go make the announcement now? Do you know where he's going? You can make the announcement right here. I do know the Final Four is EKU, Chattanooga, Ball State, Evansville.
Yes,
is the Final Four. So it'll be
four
one of
great
those
schools.
Four.
Yes,
Four really good schools.
He's gonna do well. He just outworks everybody. He's been really humble through this whole thing, and I'm really proud of him too. This is a long time coming. This kid's been eating up all my oatmeal pies since second grade at my house. So.
Well, I mean, if he signs a big NIL money,
don't think I haven't talked about that. There's an IOU list that's about this long.
Well, hopefully this goes over well. This is something we can do more in the future here.
And I appreciate you all taking this on.
He's taking this live stream and doing it more for kids' announcements.
It's a big deal for them to decide where they're going to go to college at, and especially at that high of a level. And it's not a knock on lower level decisions, but most of the time, high level D1 decisions, they usually stick it out. A lot of times, a lot of lower level decisions fizzle out. They do. I'm just being honest with you. It's just, when you're getting your technology paid for and maybe a few books, you don't really have that hanging over his head. In Jonathan's situation, he's got a full scholarship, everything paid for, room and board, everything paid for, and an NIL deal on the table. So it's important that he, he becomes
an employee.
Commitment. He does.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's what it is.
It is. Like he works for them.
And it's not a knock on signing with a small school at all. It's just different.
Absolutely.
It's a totally different situation.
100%. But the great thing about it is, and what we've been preaching here is, listen, go wherever you are getting your education paid for and where you can play.
And where you're wanted.
Yes.
Don't want this school. Want them to want you.
Well, there are so many kids, I think, make decisions because they want to put the social media post out there and get
They want the 15 minutes of fame.
All those views and likes. But, in this day and age of NIL, you have to be particular, especially in a sport like baseball where you got 3,000 guys in the portal, and if you go, the odds are you're not going to play a lot as a freshman or a sophomore. And then by the time you're ready to play, they're going to the portal to get some guy that's got 700 at bats where you've gotten 4. And it's just the way it works.
It's a shady business as is. There's a no loyalty clause in everything because every year everything's on a 1-year contract. Yep. And so is Jonathan here. And he understands that going in. But on the flip side of this, whoever, Jonathan signs with, they're on a 1-year contract.
100%.
And Jonathan's trying to make bigger decisions based on this too. So if everybody does well, everybody will win. And
what people don't realize, even before the NIL, scholarships
were 1 year.
It's only 1 year.
Well, the SEC did pass a rule a few years ago that made it that they had to be because the baseball coach got fired because he pulled some.
Yep. Yes, but for years there's always one year, and at any point they can pull that scholarship from you. Even the SEC, what they passed. There's loopholes where they can pull scholarships any way they wanted to. So it's not like everybody thinks when you sign it, I got 4 years where I can just do whatever I want. That's not the case.
No, and even you said, in the process of you talking to a few coaches in his recruitment process, they would actually tout the fact that players from their school left to go to a Power 4 school and sign a big money deal.
All 4 of them, all 4 that the schools that you have mentioned, some of their biggest recruiting employees were, hey, this guard went on to go to Kansas for $900,000, or this guard went to Iowa State for $750,000. That's their recruiting employee now. And every coach that we've talked to in this whole recruiting process, which was over 20 coaches have offered that kid, have basically said the same thing.
Yeah,
that we have to use that now because that's what these kids want to hear anyway.
Yes.
Because they don't want to say, I want to stay at such and such school for 4 years.
He said,
that's lower level.
He said, if I've got you here all 4 years, somebody's gone wrong. Either you have or I have. You know, somebody's getting fired. It's either me or you.
Yeah, and the thing about it, it's become like coaching jobs.
Yes.
Like you go take a job at, say, Troy football, so you can maybe get, do a good job for 2 or 3 years and get a job at Tulane and then get a job at UK whenever it opens up.
It's the same thing.
I just picked those 3 schools out of random. I'm not talking to anybody in particular.
Yeah.
Who's going to buy out Stoops' contract?
It doesn't matter. You got to do something. You're going to lose money on games and tickets, and in the long run, we'll get to that.
I want to get to that later on.
I got a question though.
coaches.
I'm just going to ask y'all.
Okay.
Has Stoops gained weight in the last couple of weeks?
Okay, let's talk about that
lost
real
weight.
quick.
He lost weight.
He lost
like,
a
he's
ton of
doing,
weight
he's
this
doing
summer.
great.
So on
What the heck
X
happened?
and on Instagram and stuff, we talk. Do
you think they were
Everybody said focused
Wide-angle camera.
and dialed in Stoops.
Right.
You know that he's not only focused on this team, but now he's focused personally and everything. And I promise, right hand to the sky. I almost texted you all when I was watching the game. I was in the hotel. I was watching the game, and I thought, man, I know he's got a pullover on, and he may have like a play sheet.
It was like half
and I was like, how the hell do you gain 24 pounds in a week?
Golden Corral. That's what he was dialed into.
Maybe it was photoshopped.
I don't know.
I didn't see game 1. I didn't watch.
I didn't either.
Did he have a young girlfriend like Belichick did, and she broke up with him? Now he's eating.
Now he's like,
Screw it.
Could
he
be.
needs something.
But
He needs a
he looks
girlfriend.
sloppy over there.
He
just looks sloppy.
I do want to talk about coaches later on
Yeah,
about some of the tendencies.
I've got to ask you guys just real quick. Opening week in the NFL went on. We do record this early, so it's not Monday. But, I mean, are kickers really football players? They're costing some people some jobs, aren't they?
Costing people some money, including me, right now.
He looks really dejected over here.
First of all, I'm so ticked off that Stoops backdoor covered another one and kicked a field
over that
goal.
one. Yeah.
Hey, nobody backdoors covers like Mark Stoops. There's
Hey,
no
who
doubt.
else did he do that to? And it was
Georgia. They held the ball. They didn't try to go for the win.
That's what it was.
Or try to score.
That cost me too.
Me too. Because I live bet the hell out of that one.
I did too.
Yes. I remember that one.
He's cost me more money. I'm ready for him to get out of here.
Speaking of the opening weekend, and then we'll get to your coaches say, I got to ask you, are you buying your Chargers? They go down to Brazil.
Told you
take
all.
care of the Chiefs. Are you all over the Chargers?
Actually,
still?
I told you all both ways. I talked out of both sides of my mouth with them. I think this has more to do with the Chiefs, like I've been telling you all.
I'm telling
you all, they're older, and people have figured this out.
Did you not see what happened early on?
I get it.
It looks like Xavier Worthy, their number one wide receiver, like pretty much right off the
When
bat.
Rice comes back, he'll be the number one guy. If he comes back.
But I'm telling Worthy can play.
Oh, I know.
And you got them.
But I thought Brown stepped up for him. You know, I mean, he almost had 100 yards.
He's got a hang now, and he's out for 3 weeks.
He will definitely do that. He did it to Lamar. He cost the.
Golly.
How would you like your first NFL game to be? You're in Cleveland playing the crosstown rivals. You miss an extra point, and then you miss a chip shot field goal
How
for
Cleveland
the win.
is that?
That is the Browns doing Brown stuff.
You got to cut him.
After one game?
Yes, I'd cut his ass.
I'm convinced.
Never play again.
I'm convinced. I think that Browns coaching staff can coach.
I do too. You had Flacco playing well.
Hey, they're awful. They are awful.
Bengals are terrible.
They're terribly coached.
Zach Taylor's terrible.
But I had 2 players two and a half.
Guys?
Chase Brown. Who does the Bengals have?
I mean, besides your wide receivers and the quarterback,
Chase Brown. I mean,
you got the best wide receiver.
The offensive line's atrocious.
It's
is
not
Burrow
as
that good
bad.
of an NFL quarterback? Is he?
Yes.
I think so, man.
Yes. He took Zach Taylor to the Super Bowl. That's all you got to say right there. He took Zach Taylor himself to the Super Bowl. I'll say this, and I believe this. And I don't know about the quarterbacks. I don't know, but like if you take the quarterback out of it and you just look at 1 to 57 on the roster, Cleveland Browns are in the top 15 in the league.
They're better than
They are.
Cincinnati roster wise.
think
Talking
so,
about
too.
talent wise,
Yes, from top to bottom.
Good Lord.
From top to bottom, I think so.
You've got not the skill positions. You better come with me with like
They
linebackers.
actually got more depth
and
at wide
safeties.
receiver than I think the big. I mean,
no, they don't have a Chase. I mean,
They've
but
got Jared
Jamar Chase.
Judy and Cedric Tillman.
Tillman
I like
played
both
a
of
great
them.
game.
He did.
I like both of them.
All right, let's change subjects before I have to get out of here on the segment 1. Talk about your coaches. What's this thing you want to bring up about coaches?
Okay, so as a Louisville fan, I get criticized a lot for being a UK apologist, especially on the football side. You give me hell, you give me grief about it.
I get tired of hearing
So
it.
I know, and you know what? I'm kind of sick of hearing myself.
why you do
talk
it.
about it. Well, okay, so yesterday at the or Saturday at the hotel, I was like, I'm going to sit here and all I'm watching is Kentucky. I'm not going to watch Mississippi. I'm watching everything I can on Kentucky. Stoops, all right, this is a poorly coached team.
It is.
All right, there's times where, as all three of us have coached and are coaching, there's times in games where we tell kids to do something, and we may take the hit in the newspaper and just be like, we just weren't prepared for this. But we've told them exactly what was coming, and they screwed it up. Mm-hmm. That happens once a month.
Happens, you know what I mean? Every game.
With Stoops, the time management,
that's been going on 13 years.
Yes, the not knowing how many players are on the field, or 2-minute drills, or I don't want to go through each individual thing that happens, because if you have a pulse and you know anything about football, you can see what goes on. It happens every year, so that only has to tell me one thing, because the turnover in college football, the turnover in college sports, it's not your players.
They got some talent from year to year. Here's where Kentucky has always struggled, and I'll just say it. First of all, Kentucky football, they try to muck it up, and they're kind of like the bad boys mentality, tries to get personal fouls.
Like a ground and pound sort of.
Iowa of the SEC.
They got some strength, and they'll get some good players there every now and then, but they've always lacked team speed, and they're poorly coached, and that's why they're always going to be capped. They're like, you're only going to go so far with Stoops and the way they play.
Not only that, you're not prepared in the fact that you're late in the first half. You got to know, hey, if we bust, I know you're trying to run the play out, but hey, if he busts it, what comes next?
Correct.
No, you blow it. You don't even get a field goal out of it, and then you're chasing points in the end. Like, I don't mind the second time he went for it on fourth down. But with 6 minutes to go, it's 4th and 9. Why are you running a quarterback draw with Cutter Boley in there on 3rd and 9? Because you already decided to go for it. But once you didn't get any yards and now it's 3rd and 9, kick the field goal. If you're going to win the game, you had to score twice anyway.
Correct. Coaches have tendencies. Everybody had, we go against a Matt coach team. They're well disciplined offensively. They're going to know what you do. They're always prepared. Those things you come in knowing about a coach. The one thing as a coach, a head coach, assistant coach, whatever kind of coach you are, that you don't want the opponent to have confidence in is knowing you're going to screw up. Every team knows that Kentucky's going to shoot themselves in the foot in some way, shape, or form every week. And that has to be tiring for a Kentucky fan.
Well, I'm just watching college football in general and this high school football. Clock management is an issue everywhere.
It's bad in the NFL.
If you know you're going to call a timeout, why do you let 8 seconds come off the clock?
Listen, I don't have any excuse for anything he does. I'm saying that every coach has tendencies. Like, I watched Gundy. I watched Oregon just dismantle them.
I can't stand him.
He has tendencies, too. He has great tendencies. Like, when he has the right players, he has some great tendencies. But, man, overrated. I'm telling you, you talking about a guy that is absolutely held on to a job.
How?
Forever.
What has he got on him?
All he does is beat the teams he's supposed to and gets pummeled by the teams.
Have you seen his contract?
No. What is it, lifetime, basically?
It's like
go look at his contract.
Here's the thing about time, man.
Ungodly.
I'll grow a mullet faster.
I want to give every college coach, NFL coach, I'm going to give you the easiest thing about time management. It'll be real easy to do. Spend 2 weeks playing Madden. That's all you got to do. Like, if you've played Madden any time in your life, you know when you should use timeouts, how you should use them. It's not that hard.
Or even, this is a wild idea. Hire some crazy college student that is analytical through the roof mathematically and give him $60,000 and let him sit right beside
you. Don't need that.
I could be wrong because in his post-game press conference, he said that when he went for it on the first one, he's like, well, people want me to be conservative. I'm too conservative. And the analytics will tell you in that position, we should have gone for it on 4th and 9 with like 6 minutes.
No.
Guarantee you the analytics never would say.
Not on 4th and 9.
No. It was crazy.
In the 2 possessions.
Well, here's the thing. Here's another pet peeve of mine is out of a media timeout or any timeout situation, calling a timeout because you don't have the right personnel in there. That should never happen. You got to waste a timeout. And I got on myself last year one time. I called a timeout with 20 seconds to go, but left in the third quarter because I was just pissed.
Yeah.
Okay. And I should have never called that timeout, but you got 20 seconds.
Yeah.
And you're getting ready to have the end of the quarter.
That's an emotional one.
Yeah.
That's not a
stupidity. I was mad
one.
at myself for that. But like these coaches, some of the timeouts that they have coming out of the media
what are you doing?
Did you see Brom rip English?
Yes.
And
he should have.
But in English,
he's in control of it.
Yeah, English is like, listen, man, the offense sucked. And the defense is why we're in this game.
I will say this too, and this is the last thing I'll say on Stu, because everybody knows I want him fired. I think he should have been fired before this year started. You just got to go look at this. For the last 3 years, they've gone out and handpicked their quarterback and paid him a lot of money.
Yeah.
And look what those quarterbacks
he
have
doesn't
done.
know. It's like for example, Braum is like a quarterback whisperer. Stoops is not. If you want somebody to get a big offensive lineman and get you a coupon and Golden Corral, Stoops is your man.
Are you telling me that you had all your workouts, you had camp,
I know.
and you
He
got
doesn't
into games?
know.
Hold on, and you got into games. Are you telling me the only reason Calzada's not playing is because you guys screwed up and you paid him? There is no way that all of a sudden Calzada the last 2 days just forgot how to throw a football. Like if you're telling me Cutter Boley didn't absolutely destroy him in camp, and it was a
Then there's
clear
bigger
cut number
problems.
one,
But
then you're
question
right.
though
Then you
is,
got bigger problems.
Why did how many quarterbacks was beating down the door to come to Kentucky?
None?
But okay.
That's my point.
But Cutter was.
But hold on.
You know who Louisville targeted? And he hasn't had a great game yet, but he's way better than Kentucky has. Miller Moss, they handpicked him. They said, I want him.
Agree.
He will be a top 10 quarterback.
But now, money plays a big part in it, and Kentucky pays their quarterbacks. So it's not as if Kentucky's not going to look and be like,
But they can't
I'm
get
sorry,
him, though.
quarterback's not going to look and
they
be
can't get him because it's a death trap besides Will Levis.
maybe, but like Vic just now said, they wanted this kid.
Yep.
I don't see how.
Well, no, me neither. I'm not saying it was a great pick. In fact, it shows. I'm telling you,
How do you let Val Camp get out of Western Kentucky?
You don't. You don't.
I don't know why he wasn't. I have no idea why he was offered. Wasn't offered.
I'm
Blows
done
my
being an
mind.
apologist of them. I think both of their lines are high caliber lines. I still think their defensive line is
The defensive line is the tackle struggle with speed.
They
And it's
do.
gonna really
Stoops
hurt
needs to
him.
go to Murray. He'll be great there. Can't be any worse.
He's going to be the next coach at Iowa. Tell you what, we'll take a
Score
short
less
break.
points.
Yeah, hey, try to win those games 16-13. Listen, you're 2-11 in your last 13 SEC home games.
Yeah, they're going to have to pony. You know, it wasn't he
you were
the one that
talking
said
about my
pony up?
pick.
Yeah, it's time for us to
2-11.
pony up.
It's time for UK
Hey,
fans.
you
to pony
signed
up.
the big JMI money deal, and then I heard somebody on Twitter company goes, "Well, then they won't have any money for the players." We're paying the players now. We're 2-11 in the last 13 SEC home games. What's the difference?
Hey, be like Oregon.
Yeah.
Pay players to win.
There you go. That's exactly right. You're listening. It's Beyond the Bench. We'll be back on the Canty Dairy Queen list coming up next. Beyond the Bench, 102.7, The Game.
Dude, I'm so mad at Braum.
It's Beyond the Bench, 102.7 The Game. Vic Evans with the two stars of the show, Brad Payne, Matt Brigance. And before we get to the Canty Dairy Queen list, you're going to tell us about your great partners at Hawkins Avenue.
Hawkins Avenue PLLC is a full-service architecture firm in Beaver Dam, Kentucky, founded in 2022, providing design services for academic, business, healthcare, hospitality, industrial, and mercantile projects across the state. Give Jeremiah or Kyle a call at 270-363-2235.
And I'm talking about our Canty Dairy Queen list. It's not any Dairy Queen. It's Canty Dairy Queen, New Hartford Road, and also right there next to Ohio County High School. And before we get to it, guys, this is list number 52.
This is it.
And Fifth episode
1 year.
52. You've been there.
We made
1
it.
year.
Never thought it was going to happen.
Never.
And then you got the big announcement coming Sunday. You could be talk show of the year.
Yeah.
And that's where we're getting to our list. Is you got, as you know, Live at 5 and Beyond the Bench and Let's Talk Racing are up for the Talk Show Award for the KBA Association this year. So we're going to give our top 5 talk shows of our favorite ones of all time. It can be radio, it can be TV talk show, and we're going to start with Mr. Payne, and you're going to give me your number 5.
As soon as I get my notes out here.
Okay, well, that's what to be
You want me to
prepared.
go? I'm ready.
Go.
So I'm
Go
going
then,
to
Hotshot.
do this a little different.
Okay.
I know that shocks
Shocker.
you. So I'm going to give you 3 that I absolutely love.
Okay.
And 2 that I can't stand.
All right.
Atrocious.
So
Can't stand them.
are we going to start? Let's go back and forth.
Okay, I'll go number 3.
Give me 2 that you're going to go love, the one you love here.
Okay, number 3 for me
Okay.
is it's no longer a show anymore, but it's Mike and Mike. I loved Mike and Mike.
I did too.
I loved it.
I did
They
You'll
were just
see
a-
that on my list.
They were just a great chemistry between
You got it
them.
on yours?
Oh, yeah, it's on my
Yeah.
list.
I mean, it's,
Well, you got a good story with them.
Oh, yeah.
I love Mike.
I got the Mike and Mike Bowl
I
trophy.
love listening to Mike and Mike.
All right.
That was good. Greeny's he's a little.
He's a weasel.
You listen, once he moved away from Mike and you hear some of the stories, you start to worry about Greeny a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
you
I
hear
think
it?
he's a little snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
What else you got? Who's your number
So
5?
this is one that probably the rest of them people will have heard about. But the Sideline podcast is a podcast with coaches, like some bigger high school coaches, lower level college coaches, and they just share a lot of stuff, a lot of internal stuff that they go through, and then they kind of can go sideways like Matt and I do here. But it's pretty neat. It's pretty neat, and it's fun because those guys at lower college levels, man, they have to grind. Like our resources are better than most all of those guys.
I'll give you number 5 for mine. This is no longer a show, but this was the one that turned me into a talk radio fan. As a sports talk radio fan, the Fabulous Sports Babe. It was one of the first ones that were kind of
say Babe.
Babe
Was it a girl that?
It was a lady. Yeah.
She.
No, the name was maybe not indicative
of what she looked like.
Correct, but it was.
Okay.
But it was when I was about 13 or 14, 15 years old. It started to be syndicated.
Yeah,
and I know it was huge in New York. A lot of sports talk in New York, but you didn't get that in Owensboro, Kentucky.
Yeah,
at that,
right.
in the mid 80s.
Yeah,
and it was the Fabulous Sports Babe, and I just thought that was the coolest thing ever. So that's number 5 on my list. Let's go back to another one that you like, and then we'll go to hate.
One that I like. Okay. Outkick your coverage with Clay Travis when when he first started. It's not Outkick now, is it?
It is Outkick.
Still got
okay.
it. Mm-hmm.
I still listen to it.
It's just Dockage handles most of the Outkick stuff.
But man, Clay Travis. I remember when I very first started listening to him. I'm like, man, this guy's pretty talented. Mm-hmm. Like he's pretty smart. And then it also helps that he's a Trump supporter. So
yeah,
but not really. Huh? Not really. He wasn't ever. I mean, you do realize that when he decided to do that,
I know
it was him playing. Now he has become one.
Well, can I just tell you something here? And I'm just going to say it, and I'm going to get a little political. I really don't care out there. You out there. Democrats of old are not Democrats now.
That's true.
Nope.
I'm just telling you because how crazy the party has gotten. People like Clay Travis and Trump was a Democrat at one time. Mm-hmm. Look at RFK. Look where he's like RFK Jr. He's getting drilled on Capitol Hill for what?
Should have asked Fauci the same questions. But let's get to your number 4.
Pat McAfee show.
That's a pretty good show. I like it.
He may be.
It's all right.
The most interesting person. He needs to be studied. Everything he does, everything that he's touched,
is gold. I agree with that.
I mean, the guy is charismatic.
He was a punter for Christ's sake, and now he's a superstar.
The way he plays his character in anything that he does. Yes. I mean, like he goes to WWE.
He's a chameleon.
Yes.
He can do whatever he wants.
Which is scary, though. Chameleons are scary.
It is because, but still, man. Maybe that's why I like him.
That's why you like him.
We're together, Pat.
Are you on the same
Help me out.
I cannot.
We're not on the same anything economically.
You're on the same clan, though? up in space?
He's in the tier 2
I'm
higher.
going to go TV for my number 4.
Yeah.
How could you not? People my age not grow up and just turn on Jerry Springer. Anytime you felt bad about yourself,
got on my nerves.
Turn on Jerry Springer and you'd feel good about yourself. I would turn on and watch it every now and then.
It got on my nerves.
Oh, it got crazy. And it was probably bad for society. But it made you feel good about yourself. Like, no matter how bad you had it, it wasn't bad as those people on Jerry Springer.
I watched Dr. Phil when I had my colon surgery.
Okay.
A lot, and I was at home quite a bit. And it wasn't bad.
Let's get to one that you hate there, Coach Brigance.
Help you out. You need to watch it.
This should have been number 1 hate, but I got to go with the one I'm going with. But The View. I'm going to tell you what.
TV talk show.
Are they canceled, though?
No. Well, they're on hiatus.
If you like The View, something is wrong. You got a bunch of hackling women up there talking about.
I thought you hated women.
I can't stand those women. I mean, it's atrocious. Why anybody would ever want to watch it? There's people that love it.
It's a hill turn.
With it.
We've got a hill turn here from Matt Brigance. The hill turn.
Left-wing women cackling out there. That's the worst combination known to mankind.
Oh, geez.
Let's get to the next one.
We're getting cooked off.
Kick me off.
Let me hit this button.
Give me your number 3.
The NBA on TNT.
Oh, that's a great show.
Yeah, it is good.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it really goes as a talk show more than it is a show itself.
It is though.
But they do a lot of talking.
Will ESPN ruin it like they're going to do the Red Zone?
Yep. Absolutely.
They will. They're running everything. Hey, I was watching Red Zone. Mm-hmm. I didn't have any commercials.
I didn't either.
Well, here's the thing. All right. The Red Zone show is 7 hours long.
Right.
So they're doing them in downtimes.
I think of what I heard was there's a total of like 4 minutes of commercials that are all like
Let it
15
be.
seconds left.
Why
Like
is everybody
people were
freaking
throwing
out?
I
it,
know.
it's not like you're going to get a normal regimen of commercials.
Yeah, no, I'm cool with
very
that.
small percentage. I think
Hey.
it's less than 1% of the show.
Yeah, as much as they paid for it, they need some commercials in there.
I'm gonna tag team Brigance on this one because as much
View?
much as I hate Tennessee, I'm a Clay Travis fan, and anything he does, I loved him on Outkick originally. I like the Clay and Buck show. I think he is, he reminds me a lot of McAfee.
Yep.
Where he's a guy that he's very talented.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how could you not like anybody's been banned from CNN for saying what he said?
Hey, can I tell you
It's
something
classic.
about Clay Travis? You were talking about how he kind of switched over. He's a common sense guy.
No, I'm not. I think in the beginning at Outkick, it was a little bit fake because there was not a sports talk show or sports company that was not far, not on the left hand side. So I think, but then I do believe
I think
he
common
believes it now.
sense finally kicked in, and he's
I
like,
do agree with that. I think
he's a common sense guy.
I think it was a gig to start with at Outkick to kind of get Outkick separated from ESPN. But I think he's a true believer now.
Yeah. Well, you don't take on Dockich without saying, hey, we're going to blow that thing absolutely sky high. Because, I mean, he gets on Twitter just to literally try to ruin somebody's day.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
And he does a great job at it.
And that's how he does his games. That's how he does his radio. That's how he did his radio show in Indianapolis forever. Let's get to your number. Just go to your favorite.
I got two favorites. I got to do this. I just thought of one I used to love to watch. I know it is. Hannity and Combs on Fox News.
If you hate the View,
so you ready to say.
But I will say you had Combs on there because
Combs was a good
Combs was such an idiot, though.
You wouldn't even give him credit.
No, he was like death warmed over.
He was fairly level-headed.
He was an idiot, and Hannity just lit him up every night.
Hannity.
And I like Sean Hannity. I do. I like him.
He was fairly level-headed.
So, and then my next one is, believe it or not, I don't watch baseball anymore. I was a huge baseball fan growing up, all the way until like after college. Baseball Tonight.
Baseball Tonight was great.
Is the best sports show of all time.
So good.
I'm a big
Carl
fan.
Ravitch.
Carl Ravitch was awesome. And ESPN really did baseball like when they stopped
better
doing
than
that,
anybody.
And they kind of just let it.
That Sunday night game with Joe Morgan. Hearing his voice puts you.
John Miller and Joe Morgan.
John Miller and Joe Morgan. It kind of puts you in a little bit of depression because you knew you either had school or work.
Yep.
Coming up, but you still got to hear them.
Yeah, I agree.
They gave up the Sunday night baseball game. It's going to be so bad not having Sunday night baseball on ESPN radio next.
They gave that up.
Yes, it's going to go. I think to Apple.
Well, good grief. Here we go. Let's just get
go to your number two.
Going to Apple.
See, that's the problem. I can't even.
You know what's crazy is we've just come full circle. Everybody's like, cable costs too much. And now by the time that you pay for everything that you want to see,
it's ridiculous.
You're back at the same thing more than what you were paying for cable.
I stayed on DirecTV and was laughed at. And I said, I'm telling y'all, before this whole thing comes through and everything becomes a la carte, I'm going to have the cheaper program.
But you still don't, though, because you can't get some of the stuff that you stream.
Well, it's ridiculous. DirecTV, it's another. But you can't get anything. Something's blacked out. Like I pay $600 for something. I'm like, how the hell is it blacked out if I pay for it?
and their blackout rules are the dumbest thing in the history of TV. Give me your number two.
So this is truly my favorite podcast, and if you don't listen to it, you really need to. It's not big. It's
Live
not
at
big.
5.
So stuff you should know.
Oh yes, that is a great podcast. Yes,
stuff you should know. I knew
because you don't know
because you don't know anything.
I don't know anything. I haven't heard that podcast.
Josh Clark and Chuck Bryant, Chuck Bryant are the host of it. It's I think they have moved over to NPR now.
What's it called again?
Stuff you should know.
Like,
it's just general stuff, man.
Maybe I know it all already.
Well,
I figured you. I'm surprised you didn't spearhead it.
It's great for this generation that doesn't seem to know the stuff that you were taught by, like your granddad.
Yes, and they would tell stories like that, and they would be like, "All right, fathers, these are the 10 things that you're not teaching your son to do,
right?
And that you really need to focus on."
Listen,
and I'm like, I don't even know how to do half of those.
Here's the thing: if you've never had to hold a light for your dad or for your granddad while he's fixing something, then you don't know.
Yes,
because you had to learn how to hold a light and dodge all at the same time.
Yes, because they were going to get pissed.
Number 2, I'll stay with Matt too. My number 2 favorite talk show, it's Mike and Mike. I mean, there's nothing better than sports talk radio of Mike and Mike. It is the gold standard of sports talk radio. I've got the Mike and Mike Bowl trophy that will live. And I was always a big fan of Mike Golick all the way back from when he played at Notre Dame. And I even liked him when he played for the Eagles because he was a Notre Dame.
I liked him when he was on what sitcom was he on? He was on a sitcom too for a while.
Mike Golick?
No, it was his brother.
It was his brother. That's right.
Saved by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell. Yep.
The college years.
What?
Yes, his brother was on there.
Also played in the NFL.
But I thought Mike made a guest appearance.
Oh, I'm
he
sure
may
he
have made a
did.
guest appearance, but he was not. It was
So
Bob.
now Mike and his son have one, right?
Yeah, they're with Yahoo Sports or DraftKings.
That didn't help things when Mike brought his son in at ESPN.
Correct. Well,
Because that's when you kind of felt it. That Greeny hated him. Like every time they would go to him.
Oh yeah,
he would just demoralize him.
Yeah,
or try to.
Yeah, they held it. It was hidden for a lot of times. But
I'm surprised.
And even on the
kick
show,
his
they
ass.
talked about how they would hang out and do. They really didn't. You know, and I can understand it because Golders kids were older, Greenies were younger, and Greeny always wanted to live in New York, and he was always wanting to get on TV. So it was always a battle. Let's go to your most hated show of all time.
It's a close one with The View. We just talked that one out. But it's got to be KSR and Matt Jones.
Hey, I respect what he has built.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I get so. First of all, I hate Kentucky. I don't like Kentucky fans. I don't listen to KSR. They're delusional. Everything about it. I know it plays on 102.7 The Game.
Does.
I know it does. I don't care.
We still get more listens.
I don't care. And I'm going to ask you, what is Matt Jones, if you ever listen to Beyond the Bench, what do you know about sports? You know absolutely nothing about sports. You never played sports. You couldn't coach a day in your life.
He played tennis and he also played basketball.
Tennis. He didn't play basketball. Gosh.
I'm with you on it.
95. He didn't play basketball.
I respect what he's made out of this.
Oh,
because it's a juggernaut.
It's an empire.
I get it's a juggernaut, but we take his word, Matt Jones's word, as gold when it comes to sports.
Well, I'll say this: there's a lot of my friends are Kentucky fans, and about half of them think he's a clown.
And they still listen though.
And that, to me, shows you how good he is.
Yes.
What's his party affiliation too?
Well, listen, if you're wondering,
talking about somebody that's 180.
Listen, I was going to say, well, here's the thing. If you're wondering, like if we were, like I'm more in the center, there's the far right over here. Far right. That's why you sat on my lap, Brad. He's
I'm just a common sense guy. Heaven forbid we have common sense in this world.
Let's go to your
Stuff
number
you
one.
need to know podcast. Who to set by.
Let's go to your, yeah, exactly right. Go to your number one.
Live at 5.
Oh, no, come on.
Oh, come on.
He's trying to butter something now.
See,
If it's my favorite show going into next weekend, I'm doing all I can to jinx this thing, man.
you are.
Just play along.
Okay, Live at 5. That's a great pick. They're great.
I think it's the best show that I've ever seen. I don't see how they could possibly not win every
I'll go
award.
with you
Oh,
on that.
man. No,
You're right. They should win.
They should.
It's getting deep here.
Yeah.
Let me
What's that
shovel
NASCAR
more.
show that we're worried about?
Let's Talk Racing.
Let's Talk Racing.
That is a great show.
Live at 5 should crush them.
Yep.
I'll give you my favorite talk
You
show.
just won Steven's spot.
And what's bad is I'm going to sound like Brad. I'm going to sound like Matt here.
Oh, God.
Because there is really no comparison. It is the greatest talk show that's ever been made.
Yes, it is. I just saw
And
it.
it is Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
And listen, I don't care about your party affiliation. Like, there were as many people on the left that listened to him because he was a great entertainment. The man single-handedly saved AM radio.
He did.
100%. And he took a little show on a little bitty station out in Sacramento and became a multi-billionaire. And so I'm not talking about the politics of it. I'm just talking about the entertainment of
politics
it,
of
the
it.
way he can move the needle, no matter on both sides. And it's like when you watch the Howard Stern movie, and they go in and they're talking about his numbers,
Yeah.
and it's like 47% of the people hate Howard Stern. Well, how long do they listen? They listen for 6 hours. Well, how long do the people listen that like him? They listen for 3 hours. They couldn't figure it out. Like, love him or hate him, you listen to Limbaugh, and he saved AM radio.
I think that's what gets us a lot of viewership is everybody hates Bradley.
I don't know.
After this week,
I was going to
boys,
say, you were
I'll be
leading
the-
that way, but you've
I'll
lost
be
half
the
your
crowd
audience,
favorite.
Brigance.
I mean, for what? Speaking the truth?
I have an idea that I have a quaint feeling that there's probably not too many Democrats that still listen to us.
There's no
on
way.
week 52, I'm pretty sure
There's
that
no way.
everybody
Some of
knows.
the stuff that
No,
we've
they
said.
know.
Yeah.
They know. Before we get out of here on the Candy Dairy Queen
do.
list,
They're delusional.
I got to ask you,
They all are.
the Phillies fan, the Phillies Karen, what'd you think of it?
She deserves to go to jail.
I didn't see what happened. She got mad at the dad for what?
Well, a ball was hit that landed in the seat
Kind of
in
loose
front
ball.
of her, and it was rolling around, and she went to go bend over and pick it up, and the dad grabbed it off the ground before she did and gave it to his son. It was his birthday.
And she ran
just
over there
came,
and
ran over
ripped
there.
him.
Now, I will say this. The dad looked bad. You look like he
He
was
looked
like
like he was scared
Mr.
to death.
T
Yes.
came up to you, was going to tear you up.
I mean, she went off on him. He kind of sets her for a second, gives her the ball.
You know what?
Kid won out of it, though, because he got
everything.
publicity.
And did you see?
No, the Marlins, he was a Phillies fan, but the Marlins gave him a big gift bag, and then Harrison Bader and the Phillies, they went down and got to meet them.
Marcus Lemonis, the guy that owns the RV World.
Yes, going to take him to the World Series or something.
World Series, and the dad gets a brand new RV.
Did she take it from the kid?
No, I mean, she just basically, profanity rated.
I will tell you one thing. I bet my life on it 100%. But she's a viewer of The View.
Oh,
I'm not going to say it. I'm leaving that one alone.
I sent you all a text and gave you all her biography, and I didn't even have to know her. And I promise you, I was right. Check mark on every one of them.
And not only that, didn't whenever people were booing her, I don't know if you see the nuke things that came out.
She nuked them.
Did she really?
She jumped into other people's
see
faces.
all this. Is it
and
on
then
Twitter?
double
Oh,
nuked
yeah.
them. Oh yeah, it's all over Twitter.
I just saw him when she came up. He was kind of like scared.
Can I give
Typical
you-
Phillies fan.
I want to give you people an idea here. All people. You can't go out in public anymore without 1,000 cameras. There's one in everybody's pocket.
So if
And
you
when
don't want to get treated like a fool, quit acting like one.
right, when you act like an idiot, I guarantee it's going to go on social media. Now, should it? I'm not saying it should.
Yeah, I don't
but
think
there
we
are
should
people-
dox the woman for it, but
There
it's
are-
too late now.
Right. Well, I mean,
here it is
you
right
doxed
here.
the the concrete CEO concrete from Poland for stealing the hat.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing: there are people out there, and you know this is the coach. There are people that are Davis County fans who watch everything you do,
Guarantee it.
so they can try to turn you in and get you take your job taken from you.
Absolutely.
That's the way it works.
100%.
Absolutely.
So if you don't think that goes on when you're out in public,
Oh,
there
yeah.
are people who are miserable who are going to take those cameras,
I got another show for y'all.
video, and go.
Keith Oberman.
He went nuts. No,
That dude is crazy.
yeah, he did go
He's
crazy.
a nut job.
When
He
we
was
come
good
back,
at ESPN.
He
though.
was. He was funny.
What
Him and-
happened to
The
him?
Big Show may be one of the
Dan
best.
Patrick.
Dan Patrick and Keith Oberman,
I
the Big
know.
Show was awesome.
What happened to him?
I mean,
I'm not going to say.
I'm not going to
He
say.
got back. Let's get off of here.
Here we go.
I tell you what, when we come back, listen, Brad had a decent weekend last week. He went 3-3-1, at least, and he made
That's
money.
decent for us.
Hold on, you made money
Yeah,
because you had a
because of
couple
the big bets.
Yep, a
Mine
couple
was
big
terrible.
bets.
Of
I was
course.
watching The View.
How about 1-5-1 last week?
Yeah,
He's
bad.
ridiculous.
When we come back, these
I don't have
guys are
time
going to
to
give you their winners.
study it.
It's Beyond the Bench, brought to you by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union.
Get 5 minutes.
It's Beyond the Bench, 1027 The Game, brought to you, at least for this week, by the Green River Area Federal Credit Union.
I'm not going to apologize
Vic
to anybody.
Evans, Brad Payne, Matt Brigance. Hopefully they're not the View fans. Hopefully, hopefully the guys at the Green River Area Federal Credit
Surely
Union.
not. If they sponsored this podcast, there's no way they can be the
They
View
knew what
fans.
they were getting into.
Live stream brought to you by Legendary Pools and Spas. Don't forget, Wednesday, John Boss Decision Day live stream, 4 o'clock. It's open to the public at the Davis County Media Center, but if you can't make it, we'll have it for you. YouTube, Cromwell Media's YouTube. Cromwell Live at 5 is all you got to do, search it, take you right to it. Also on 1027 Games Facebook page, It'll be Facebook Live and X Live. We've added those onto Live at 5 too. And guys, right now you're sitting, Brad, you're sitting at 9. Last year you kind of destroyed Matt. I mean, let's just be honest.
Kind of's not the word.
I would like a little more than 2 minutes to research my picks.
Well, I mean,
one hand and
I was going to say, you get
crap
the
in the
same
other.
amount of time. I
Which
don't
one
give them to him early
fills up quicker?
and not let
I
you
feel
not
like there's
know
a
about
conspiracy of going on here I don't know
It's the
about.
next conspiracy theory
Yes.
show. But you're sitting at after a 3-3-1 week, but you did win money. You're sitting at 965.
boom, baby. I'm back.
And then Matt last week goes 1-5-1. and he drops him all the way down to $770.
Stop pawning that watch, boy.
$230. You got to find some blue ice again. That's what happened last year.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
So you got following us coming on right after these guys go off the air. It's Monday Night Football here on 102.7 The Game. You got the Vikings and the Fighting J.J. McCarthy's.
It's going to be a good one.
You got the new coach, Johnson, in Chicago. The Bears are getting 1.5 points. I want to say one thing. Johnson better be glad he took the Bears job and not the UK offensive coordinator job because Stoops would have ruined him too. Just like every offensive coordinator he's run.
Cohen got out of there at the right time, didn't he?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got a big win in the opening
They did.
day.
He's the greatest coach ever.
And look out. I think Steve picked them to win
Did
that
a nice job, Cohen did.
The conference, their division's wide open. I mean, who knows? But you going Vikings tonight or are you going to go Bears?
Bears.
You're going to go Bears.
Listen, I'm a believer in Minnesota.
Okay.
Just not yet. They're going to have some things to figure out. This turnaround, I don't think the Bears were too far away last year. I know what the record tells.
No, you had a guy coaching your team, Floor, who looked at it like in the biggest spot against the Eagles. That when they go 5 wide, you don't put a spy on Jalen Hurts. Like everybody in the place knew Jalen Hurts was going to run for a first down.
Yeah, I think with this coaching change, and they're going to calm Caleb down. They're going to calm Williams down enough to where he can dink and dunk around. Hopefully. I'm not a Bears fan, so I really don't give a damn.
How much you going with the
25.
Bears? 25. All right. And then
I'm getting a point and a half, right?
Yes, point and a half.
Can I take an under bet instead?
Yeah, well, we'll go right there.
Sure, whatever you need.
Under at 44 is what I have it for.
Under at 44, how much you putting on there?
25.
25, and you're going under at 44. Yep. Then you got the fight. You got. Listen, they're in panic mode down there.
They are.
DeBoer is on the coaching hot seat list I just put out this
week. Even
week.
Saban couldn't even look at the camera.
He's number 5 on my hot seat list, and number 1 right now.
Where's Satterfield?
Number 2. Brent Pry, the coach at Virginia Tech, who's up 20-10, and then Vanderbilt just rolls them. But Bama's at home against Wisconsin.
Mm-hmm. They're going to blow them out.
Wisconsin's getting 20.5.
How the mighty have fallen.
That's a guy who, when
Ron
he was
Dane.
hired, hold on. No, but listen, when they hired the guy,
Wisconsin,
when they hired the guy from Cincinnati, I thought he would go up there and turn that program around. This has been a hire that I thought was a really good hire. That's turned out to be really, really bad.
I don't think the money's right up there.
I thought it was going to be a good hire too.
I'm not sure the money's right. It's not Big Ten money.
No, maybe that'd be okay. Which way are you going to go?
Bama by bunch.
You're going to
25.
go Bama by bunch. You're going to give up a 20 and a half.
Yeah, and I usually don't. I like taking points, but Wisconsin is putrid.
They are, and like I said, I really thought that guy was going to do good. At least be competent. I thought he'd get him back to like the Britt Bielema styles, where you win 8 or 9 games, maybe 10, but you won't really beat Michigan and Ohio State consistently.
I don't know enough about them, but there's something not right there because they just don't even have very good players. Period.
You would think they would do like Tennessee and just put a $5 student charge because the way they packed Camp Randall, I mean, their facilities are great.
Oh,
it's one of the best college facilities in all the country.
Y'all remember Ron Dane?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Ron Dane.
On that college football game.
Oh, he's unstoppable.
Oh, couldn't stop him. Couldn't tackle him.
I would say if we had a couple weeks ago, we had that one-hit wonder show we did. You could put like Dane and then the running back from Colorado that won the Heisman.
Eric Bieniemy?
No, not Bieniemy. That won the Heisman Trophy.
I was going to say Rocket Ishmael.
No.
That would be one, too.
I'm trying to think what his name was. I'll think of it here in a second. The Colorado running back that won.
I know who you're talking about.
But you're going to go Bama, you're going to go Wisconsin.
I mean, I think Bama is struggling. I don't think DeBoer is a bad coach. I think that he has a different philosophy and style, and he's more laid back, and he replaced Nick Saban, and it's completely opposite. It's just the players the way Saban ran and the players he has is just not jiving. And you saw the same thing when Steve Craythorpe took over after Petrino at Louisville. Craythorpe's not an idiot, not a terrible coach. Doesn't mesh well, the styles. But anyway, I'm going to go Bama. I think Bama will win this game. Put 25 on Bama.
25. Rashawn Salam. He was like the number 8 pick for the Bears and just never.
Yeah, because look where he went with Chicago.
Well, the one thing, I don't think his number's retired yet in Colorado, but Shedeur Sanders is. And one guy won the Heisman. I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
How about this one? How about the Fighting Vanderbilts? 6.5 points. At South Carolina.
Something's up with this.
You got Diego all over the place. South Carolina. How about this? I saw a stat today. The South Carolina quarterback, he led South Carolina to a win in Atlanta, Georgia for the first time in 50 years. And the guy who was the quarterback that last stood was Sunshine. from the movie. Yes, the sunshine from the movie.
Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Yes. How about that
Interesting.
one?
That is interesting.
That is nice stat there.
There you go. So
South Carolina, if you'd ask me, I mean, I see what the line is. I think they're good.
I do too.
I think they're really, really good. So I'm taking South Carolina, even though it doesn't look right.
I think they're a playoff team.
Give me 50 on that one. It doesn't look right, and if I can keep it at 6.5 right there, because it'll go up.
Which way are you going to lean on this?
I mean,
Coach?
it doesn't look right. I agree, but I'm going South Carolina to 25. I'm not a big believer in Vandy. Like everybody's talking about how great Vandy's going to be. I'm just not a huge believer in them.
I thought they would be able to compete until the Virginia Tech game. They've turned me off on the Virginia Tech game. Virginia Tech's awful.
They are awful. Now the Virginia Tech was up, but then they end up
Well,
winning like 44-20.
I know you can't ever be down to Virginia
It just
Tech.
took a while for Diego to get going. I mean, listen, old aches and pains. He's got to loosen the knees. He's like 35 too.
Yeah, he's as old as us.
He's almost like Calzada.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what he is.
Oh, he's better than Calzada.
How bad is South Carolina going to beat Kentucky at South Carolina?
$1 billion.
Man, I think it's going to be bad.
And that guy wants to do it too.
Oh yeah,
he loves to. Hey, what about Kiffin getting some shots in on him?
Kiffin
get it at halftime.
But Kiffin mentioning the backdoor cover.
He did that at the end of the game.
Yes,
but at halftime, he talked about he was like, "We're playing as bad as we could play, and we're ahead." And he said he had a zinger in there, and I was like, "I'm going to remember it. I'm going to remember it." Whatever. I do remember him saying before he quit, before he got through with the interview. He was like, if we continue to play like we're playing, we'll be completely fine. He's the modern day Steve Spurrier.
He is, but they're like Stoops and Kiffin are butt. I mean, they like each other. They're friends.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. That's what people
are me
say.
and Bradley really friends?
You never know.
There you go. Point taken. How about this is the game of the day? How about Georgia going to Tennessee? Tennessee getting 6.5. And Georgia, didn't look great this past weekend. They only won 28-6.
Can they score?
That's what I'm worried about.
Defensively, Smart will have them there. Tennessee will Tennessee themselves. So I guess I'm just going to go with Georgia. I'm going to go low on it, 20 though.
Which way you like this? I mean,
I like Georgia in this one, 25.
25 for them. So that's
Georgia always gets off a little slow offensively.
They do. They're so good defensively.
How about the team
Man, this one I'm struggling with.
How about the team that comes out of nowhere? You win. You only win 2 games. You beat 2 ranked teams. Now I think you're ranked 16th in the country.
And you keep on getting them points.
Yes. So South Florida getting 16.5 points at Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Now Miami, right now ranked 5th in the country. So it's another
way overrated.
Probably.
I think the Notre Dame win. I mean, I think Notre Dame's overrated.
I was going to put Notre Dame, Texas A&M here. I think Notre Dame beats Texas. If they're going to make the playoffs, you got to at least go 1-1 against Notre Dame, Texas A&M. You're at home. Which way are you going to lean on this one?
I'll tell you a little story. So I had some money on South Florida covering. My buddy said pick South Florida outright. He called me the Saturday morning before I went to Murray and said, you need to take South Florida outright.
On this past week?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I got some money on them covering 18.5. And I knew it was a sure thing. Florida's overrated. Napier can't coach a lick. And
Napier's on the hot seat.
I should have put more on it. But this one, I'm torn. First of all, I'm an ACC fan, so I'm rooting for Miami. Second of all, they're coming off that big win at Florida, going to play Miami. It's 16.5. I'm torn. I'm gonna go Miami's on the cover.
Ooh.
I think South Florida, and I could be completely wrong here. I would not be, even if they lose this game because you've beaten 2 ranked teams,
25.
Boise and Florida. I think they are probably in the front row seat for the group of 6 in the playoffs.
I think Miami's going to beat them
right now.
I think Miami's going to beat them.
But even if Miami beats them,
I'm going to bet South Florida. I'm going to bet the 16.5. Let's see if it gets bet down. I bet it will.
Yeah, I bet so.
I'm going to bet 16.5, but I think Miami will beat them. I just think it's going to be tough for them to go down there and play Miami.
Oh, I agree with that. I think
they'll cover. It's a lot of points.
South Florida has proven that they're good.
Yeah.
So now we know they're talented. Like Vegas isn't rich because they're dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Like they didn't forget that South Florida just won 2 games in a row and said, well, let's give them 16.5, see what the hell happens.
You beat Boise, and then everybody says, it's just Boise.
Right.
You beat Florida. All of a sudden, even if nobody thinks Florida's any good, that gets the attention of
But
Miami.
I agree.
This week of
I agree.
practice
But
will
here's
be
the thing,
better.
though, with that. Boise's should never been in the top 25.
Correct.
They're atrocious.
They're bad.
And I'm telling you, Florida was Florida should not
Way
be where they're
overranked.
at. So
And we've gotta
that's what
stop
That
with
16 and a half shows that.
No, you're right. We got to stop with the preseason rankings too. By the way,
Where are you going?
Don't rank it
50,
to the
50
floor.
on South
Are
Florida.
you going to South
You're
Florida?
going
Yeah.
to South Florida for 50.
And I may tinkle with a little bit of money line just to see.
I'm going to bet South Florida, but I'm going Miami on the show because I'm behind desperately.
Yeah.
Well, join us next week. Somebody will be sitting here
Don't
with the
take
trophy.
Miami.
We don't know who it is.
Take
Oh,
South
that's
Florida.
right.
Like somebody on the next Beyond the Bench
Can we
will
have
have
the
a
trophy here?
Yes,
That
we'll have
sucker's
it
sitting
here.
right here, by
We'll
God,
have it
one way or the
here,
other.
One way or the other next
I
Monday.
wish for the View was one of the finalists. So we could,
You don't have to
See
worry
ya.
about it.
Your home for Third Region Sports is 102.7 The Game.
Barbecue sauce.